Hey, what's up guys, this is Sandeep Sky, and in this video I'm going to show you how to dual boot Windows 10 or 11 and Arch Linux with Hyprland. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So first of all, open your web browser and search for Arch Linux. Now go to its official website and download the latest version of ISO of Arch Linux. And once you have done that, go to another tab and search for Rufus and download the latest version of Rufus as well. So insert your pen drive, which is at least of 8 GB, and please make a backup of your pen drive data before proceeding. Now go to your downloads directory and open Rufus. Now select the Arch Linux installation file which we just downloaded, and after that for the partition scheme select GPT, and after that click on start and then OK. Now since I have already done it, I'm not going to do it again. Now close everything. Now right click on your start menu and open disk management. Now you need to select local disk C or any other drive with large space, and then right click on it and select shrink volume. Now give at least 30 GB of free space for Arch Linux. Now after that close everything, and now it's time to reboot and boot into the Arch Linux installation. Now while your computer is starting, press the escape key or F12 key to open the boot selection menu depending on your motherboard, and after that choose the USB option from the list and it will automatically boot into the Arch Linux installation. And make sure that you have disabled secure boot. So finally we have booted into Arch Linux installation. Now I'm going to increase the font size. Now if you are connected to Ethernet, you are already good to go, but if you are using Wi-Fi, then we need to connect to Wi-Fi first. So type IWCTL and then type device list, and it will show your Wi-Fi card name. So my Wi-Fi card name is WLAN0, so I'm going to type station WLAN0 get dash networks, and it will list all the Wi-Fi networks available in my area. Now I'm going to type station WLAN0 connect and then our Wi-Fi name. In my case it is GLX. Now after that type your Wi-Fi password. Now type station WLAN0 show, and it will show the Wi-Fi connectivity status. As you can see, it is showing connected. Now after that type quit to exit the IWCTL interface. So type lsblk and you will see the list of drives present in your system. Now here you have to identify the drive where you created free space for Arch Linux from Windows. In my case it was my 256 GB SSD, and its block number is NVMe1N1, and type cfdisk /dev/ your drive block number. So inside the cfdisk interface you have to go to the free space, select new and make the file system as Linux file system, and then write and quit. Now if you type lsblk again, now you will see a new partition created and its number is NVMe1N1P3. Now we are going to format this partition as ext4, so type mkfs.ext4 /dev/ your new partition number, and after that we are going to mount the partitions. So type mount slash dev slash your new partition, and we're going to mount it in slash mnt directory. And after that, you need to identify your Windows system EFI partition. It is usually the first partition, which is NVMe1 and 1P1. So mount dash dash mkdir slash dev slash your Windows EFI partition, and we're going to mount it in slash mnt slash boot slash EFI folder. Now we are going to install the base Arch Linux installation system. So type pacstrap slash mnt and then base, which is the base system, and base dash devel, which is development utilities. After that, Linux, which is the Linux kernel itself, and then Linux dash firmware and Linux dash headers. And after that, type nano for editor, and then Intel dash ucode or AMD dash ucode depending on your CPU. After that, network manager for connecting to internet, and then wireless underscore tools if you are using Wi-Fi, and then blues and blues dash utils if you have Bluetooth system, and git. Now this is going to take a while, so I'm going to fast forward this process. Now after installing, you need to generate fstab file so that your system knows where to boot. So type gen fstab space dash capital U slash mnt and then greater than symbol slash mnt slash etc slash fstab. Now we need to go into our newly installed Arch system. So type arch-chroot space slash mnt. Now we are going to set the time zone and locale. So for this, type ln-sf slash usr slash share slash zone info slash and press tab twice, and you will see your continent list. So I'm from Asia, so I'm typing Asia slash, and then you have to select your city. So after that, type slash etc slash local time and press enter. After that, for language, type nano slash etc slash locale.gen. Now you need to find the line which says en underscore us dot utf-8 space utf-8 and uncomment the line by removing the hash in front of it. And after that, press Ctrl plus O and then enter to save and Ctrl plus X to exit. Now type locale-gen and it will generate the locale. And after that, type echo lang equals to en underscore us dot utf-8, both in inverted commas, and greater than symbol slash etc slash locale.conf. Now we're going to generate the host name. So type echo Arch Linux inside inverted commas and then greater than symbol slash etc slash hostname, and after that type nano slash etc slash hosts, and after that inside that file type 127.0.0.1 tab localhost. In next line type double colon 1 tab localhost, and in next line type 127.0.1.1 tab archlinux.local domain tab archlinux. Save the file by pressing Ctrl plus O, enter, and Ctrl plus X to exit. Now we are going to set up our user. So first type passwd to set up the root password, and after that type user add -m and then your desired username. After that type passwd your username and select your desired password. After that type usermod -ag and then will storage power audio video and your username. Now we are going to enable sudo privileges for the user. So type nano/etc/sudoers, and inside this file you need to find the line which says %will all is equals to all, and uncomment the line by removing the hash in front of it, and press Ctrl+O to save and Ctrl+X to exit. Now this is also very important step. We are going to install the bootloader. So type pacman-s grub ntfs-3g os-prober and efi boot mgr, and after that type grub-install -target is equals to x86_64-efi -efi directory equals to /boot/efi, and then --bootloader -id equals to arch linux inside inverted commas. And after that type grub-mkconfig-o/boot/grub/grub.cfg. This will create a grub configuration file. And after that type nano/etc/default/grub, and inside this file you need to find grub_gfx mode line and remove auto and type your screen resolution. In my case it is 1080p, so I'm going to type 1920x1080x32. And after that you need to find the line which says grub_disable_os_prober and uncomment this line, and then save the file using Ctrl+O and exit using Ctrl+X. Now you need to run the command sudo os-prober to detect other operating systems, and if it does not detect Windows 10, that's fine. After that generate the grub config file again. Now we are going to install drivers. So type pacman-s nvidia-utils nvidia-settings opencl-nvidia nvidia-prime. You can ignore these commands if you are not using nvidia GPU. And after that type pipewire-pulse pipewire-alsa. Now we are going to enable some services. So type systemctl enable capital N network, capital M manager, and then Bluetooth. Now we are going to enable pipewire service by typing systemctl-user enable pipewire. Now before installing Hyprland, let's make sure that our Arch system is installed properly. So we're going to exit the chroot by typing exit and then type reboot. Now if it does not automatically boot into Arch Linux, you have to go to BIOS menu and give priority to Arch Linux in boot menu. So in grub menu, as you can see, we are not seeing the option for Windows, so we're going to fix the dual boot once we boot into Arch Linux. So to fix the dual boot, type sudo os-prober and you will see the Windows listed here, and after that generate the grub config file by typing sudo grub-mkconfig-o/boot/grub/grub.cfg, and after that you have to reboot. And once you are in the grub menu, now you will see the option for Windows. Now first I'm going to boot into Arch Linux and install Hyprland. Before installing Hyprland, we have to enable AUR, so type git clone https://aur.archlinux.org/ye.git, and after that type cd ye to go inside ye directory and type make pkg-sri and it will start making AUR. Now we are going to install Hyprland, so type sudo pacman-s hyprland, which is the Hyprland desktop itself. After that, hyperpaper to change the wallpaper, hyperlock for lock screen, and hyperidle to automatically lock the screen, and then xdg-desktop-portal-hyprland to enable screen recording like OBS. And then way bar for the top bar, and then Rofi dash Wayland for launcher, and Dunst for notification. After that, xdg dash user dash dir dash gtk to enable home directories, wl dash sunset if you want night light, grim and slurp if you want to take screenshot, brightness ctl to change the screen brightness, nwg dash look to change themes, and groom dash themes dash extra, and advaita dash icon dash theme for icons and theme, and then neofetch. Now for basic utilities, type sudo pacman-s firefox, blueman for Bluetooth manager, rhythmbox for audio player, atril for viewing documents, vlc to view videos, ntfs-3g, alacrity for terminal, kitty for terminal which is default in Hyprland, Thunar for file manager, file dash roller to open zip files and rar files, Thunar dash archive dash plugin to enable file integration, Tumblr and ffmpeg thumbnailer for thumbnails inside Thunar, mousepad to edit files, and gvfs-mtp to mount external USB and mobile devices. Now we are going to install some required fonts for WebR and Hyprland. So type sudo pacman-s ttf-liberation noto-fonts noto-fonts-emoji noto-fonts-extra noto-fonts-cgk for Japanese fonts, ttf-deja vu, ttf-font-awesome, ttf-fira-sans, ttf-jetbrains-mono. Now if you want, you can also install some AR packages. So type -s Nomax, which is the image viewer, Google-Chrome if you want to use Chrome browser, Visual-Studio-Code-Bin if you want to use VS Code, wlogout for our session manager, ttf-material-design-icon-desktop-git for font, and ttf-meslo-nerd-font-power level 10k for WebR fonts. Now after that, you can now start Hyprland by just typing Hyprland, or if you want to use a display manager, you can install STDM by typing sudo pacman-s stdm, and you have to enable STDM by typing sudo systemctl enable --now STDM. Now log in and it will automatically start Hyprland. Now by default, you get the blank screen and some warning message in Hyprland, so you can copy others files and configure Hyprland yourself, or if you want to use my configuration, then you can follow these steps. So first, you can clone my files by typing git clone https://github.com/sandeepsky/.files, and it will download my files. And after that, type thunar and it will open the file manager. Now inside your home folder, you will see .files folder. Go to the .files folder, and inside you will see a config folder. Now copy these files, and after that, go to your home directory and press Ctrl+H, and it will show hidden files. Now go to .config, and first you have to delete the default hyper folder and paste my files. Now you will see that the Hyprland reloads automatically itself. and you can see my key bindings inside the hyper folder and hyperland.conf, and you can adjust your configuration according to your preference. Now as you can see, the WebR is missing, so go to my Hyprland configuration files again and copy the WebR folder and copy it to .config file, and you have to make the WebR executable by typing this command on your screen. Now to launch WebR, press Windows Shift and B and it will relaunch WebR. And as you can see, this is my basic configuration for Hyprland. If you don't like mine, then you can copy others .file from Reddit or someplace else. Now let's reboot and check if our Windows is working or not. So as you can see, we are able to boot into Windows as well. So that's it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.